going to my guy, Chano Hayes. What's going on, brother? How are you doing?
Good, good. And yourself? Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. I'm doing well. It is Halloween, so my question has to be Halloween related to you, sir.
The Muffin Man?
Now, do you know the Muffin? Now, my question to you, sir, is what is the best wrestling costume you can go with nowadays?
Oh, it depends what you're overall looking for, right? But I feel like the mullet is back. So I feel like it's very easy to be Jey Uso. Get yourself a nice brand new Yeet shirt, rock your mullet, get some blue tips in it, and just yeet yourself to every single situation. I feel like it's the easiest costume.
That is true. I feel like I'm one yeet away across these glasses right here. You know what I mean?
I swear to God, if you used to write Yeet, it'd be a whole different costume.
It'll be a brand new costume for real.
It'd be
I'll be
brand
fantasy booking for real, for real. Okay, I like that. Jey Uso, probably the number one costume you can go with nowadays. The Yeet Man main event, Jey Uso. I like that question. We have a lot to talk about tonight. It's Halloween night. Samantha Irvin dropped out of WWE. We know that happened last week.
Random, super random. So we got
super
answers.
random. We got Crown Jewel coming up, so Margarita match predictions, and a lot more. So let's go ahead and start our show.
Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
What is going on, Ringsiders? Your favorite faction is back. I am your host, Marcus Hernandez, the Hitman tonight, not the founder, as you can see. I am with my co-host, Brandy, the Mankind Savage. And we are with the one who makes you say, oh, damn. We are with Nick Ram Mysterio. And you saw him earlier this evening. Chano here, Chano Theory, Chano Hayes, Chano the God, Chano Cena, Chano Perfect, Chano whatever you need him to be.
Basically.
So he
we
can
need
get
him to be in costume.
Big facts. Talking about the mullet, we expected some extensions.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. Your boy got paid today, so I was, and I don't know if you know, Party City and Halloween stores are all sold out. And your boy got short hair. So I don't know what you want from me.
I'm just a quick Goldberg would have worked out. You know what I mean?
That would have been sick.
No, but like speaking on the question, question of the week, I do have to say I think it's probably not Jey Uso. It's definitely Dominic Mysterio. It was Dominic Mysterio last year. It's Dominic Mysterio this year. Shout out Lin-Manuel Miranda for pulling it off because it is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, it's a hard costume.
My
boy. You need that nasty mustache and that fucking and even longer mullet.
No fun fact. The reason why he's Nick Ram Mysterio, I was gonna be Dom Mysterio, but the mustache is what stopped me.
I'm not gonna hold you. A couple weeks ago, you had the stash to pull it off.
I'm not gonna go back to that. Come on, after doing all this work to get the beard back.
When you guys were younger, did you dress up as any wrestlers when you were younger?
So I didn't dress up as a wrestler in particular. I dressed up as the Scorpion King. That was my favorite costume. I'm not gonna lie.
You can say the Rock.
It's the Scorpion King.
What about you, Chana? Did your mom make you dress like John Cena?
No. We didn't. I didn't do no wrestlers for Halloween, but I was a Power Ranger for like 3 years in a row.
Nah, Chano used to wear jean shorts every other day of the year.
Yeah, true. Facts. I still have a pair of G-Unit jean shorts. It's crazy.
Mr. Taco agrees.
Nick Ram used to have this luchador hoodie he wore for like 3 years straight.
That I had that, and I was Sting in like the 5th grade. My mom called me and she said, "Do you want to be the Thing?" And I said, "Yeah, that sounds awesome." And she meant Sting.
She meant
WCW.
Sting.
So,
And that's how Nick Ram found out about wrestling.
And that's when Nick Ram became a fan of Sting.
I don't know who this guy is, but he looks so cool.
I like that fact that like maybe nowadays kids might go dress up as Jey Uso or Dom. I mean, you see fans like us. We have Nick Ram, Rey Mysterio, Brandy Savage as Mankind, myself, Bret Hart. I was sad at work today. Guys were calling me Macho Man Randy Savage. Some dude said I had the wrong costume on, that I had to shave the beard off, dye the hair blonde. I was like, you're going the wrong way with that already. It wasn't about to happen. Someone called me Jeff Hardy, which was incredible to me because I was like, dude, what? Like, I don't even have colorful hair. No, I mean, come on now. The shirt says it all, that I am Bret the Hitman Hart. The glasses.
It has the logo, the glasses. You're the man.
That's right, the glasses. It has the logo. Everything's. I'm holding a World Heavyweight Championship. You know what I mean? Like,
I got a little bit of a hot take.
What you got?
What if Bret Hart is only known to like actual like
Canadian
hardcore wrestling fans, and the casual fan can't point it out?
So that's the thing. Some guy said, "Well, can you give me a hint?" I said, "Yeah, man, I got you." I said, "What if I told you I'm Canadian?" He said, "I'm never gonna guess that."
That's a terrible hint.
That's. I'm not gonna hold you. That's on you.
That's
I'm the best.
That's not a good hint.
The best there is.
Saying I'm
The best there
Canadian.
was.
Saying I'm
Canadian means
Canadian.
nothing.
You should have said, "My brother died on accident."
Mind you, this is the same guy who thought I was John.
That's crazy.
This is the same guy who thought I was John Cena, which hurt a lot.
I'm not gonna hold you. Maybe Bret Hart isn't as like noticeable and well known as us wrestling fans would have thought.
I mean,
it's not that. It's not that, bro. I just come to the conclusion that non-wrestling fans are hilarious when they're trying to guess what wrestlers people are trying to be.
No, but I guarantee you, if like Brandon was to go to your job, right? BP was to go to your job, him with the mask, we're like, okay, that's Mankind. That's obvious.
Bro,
I mean, if they know who Mankind is.
Dude, this one dude saw the title and said, "Oh, are you Rey Mysterio?" I said, "I'm not even wearing a mask." He said, "But didn't he have that belt?" I said, "No, not this one." What?
You think people are gonna understand the difference between a black strap and a brown strap?
They don't know the history.
I would
This is
expect people to know the
Mankind's
difference
belt.
between Bret Hart and Rey Mysterio.
No, and that's when you hit them with the championship culture, history of the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. That's where they get educated.
That's true. I guess you're right. I should have pulled out the championship culture episodes to educate my people at work. All I'm saying is, everybody at work, man, you guys gotta freshen up on your wrestling. It's crazy. These are all gentlemen older than I was, and I thought they were gonna know, who Bret the Hitman Hart was. And
you know what you can do?
Only one guy got it. Shout out to John Hardy, who's a wrestling fan. He's 65 years old, and I said, "John, you know who I am?" He said, "Yeah, you're Bret." Perfect. One dude thought I was Owen. I said, they don't sell that costume.
Close.
What you don't know is when he said Bret, he's like, "Yeah, you're Bret Michaels, the drummer."
Somebody said Bret Michaels, and I said, "No, that's a rock star." They're two different.
They were confusing Shawn and Bret. They were just
somebody said, "Oh, you're the Heartbreak Kid." I said, "No, I'm not Shawn Michaels," but I guess good guess. I guess you know what I mean. I'm just saying, you should know who Bret the Hitman Hart is. You should know who Mankind is. Like, I feel like if Brandy was to walk outside right now, somebody might say, "Oh, that's a really nice Leatherface costume."
They're gonna call the cops.
Yeah.
Brandy walks out right now.
It's Halloween.
And he's white passing, so he get away with it. But I'm not gonna hold you. As a kid, my only exposure to Bret Hart was knowing that he was the guy in the screw job, in the Montreal screw job, and that was it.
I didn't even know that till like 2012.
I only knew about it because when he came back around WrestleMania season. Remember when he came back and he had the match against Vince McMahon?
Mm-hmm.
They revisited that history of the Montreal screw job, and that was like my only introduction to him at that point.
True.
Other than that, I was like, "Oh, the best there is, the best there was, the best ever will be." Oh, that's a cool slogan. Who the fuck is this guy?
Well, can we get a Bret the Hitman Hart impression?
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. Let me get into character first. I got you. Ready? Fuck Goldberg.
That was so on point. That was money.
I thought
That's what I was thinking in my head.
Soccer loved that.
Oh man. Let's jump into some business. Let's get over some of the shenanigans, fellas. Yeah, I know we weren't here last week. Everybody, we're super sorry. You know, real life deals go. You know, you got real life things going on. But man, we had some sudden news. I would say one of my favorite announcers because she was killing the game, man. I was a fan of Miss Samantha Irvin, but she just suddenly quit. Just quit on a Monday night. News came out. You know what? The IWC the IWC still talking smack. They all need to get in line and just shut the fuck up because she was great for what she was doing. She wanted to grow and expand in the business of professional wrestling. And she was told that she wasn't going to be able to do that. So she said, okay, like any other job, when someone says, hey, man, you're not, there's no room for growth. All right, here's my 2 weeks notice. I'm out of here. If I can't grow, I got to go, got to go bring my talent somewhere else. And I feel like that's what she did. She came out, she stated that she wanted to become a singer. She wanted to venture in those type of things. She doesn't need to be in wrestling because her man does it already. So, shouts out to Samantha for wanting to follow her dreams and, sticking one to the man and saying, you're not about to tell me what I can and what I can't do with my life. This is just a job. I will go and find another one. You are not the only wrestling business there is if she wanted to continue to be in the world of professional wrestling. Bernie Savage, how you feeling about Miss Samantha Irvin's sudden departure from the WWE?
So, what I'm feeling is more upset about WWE not giving her the farewell, not giving her everything, because this wasn't as sudden as it was for us. They were aware of it. And they still decided not to give her the send-off that she deserved. And I think that was the most messed up. Like, yeah, they gave her great moments in the last couple of years, like the Cody Rhodes and so many great calls. And she's going to be missed, like, severely. But, yeah, I just think that was messed up on their end, not to give us the goodbye we needed. They gave it to Caleb Braxton. They gave it to all these others, but not Samantha Irvin.
That's facts, man. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
Good luck on her as soon as the show opened.
That's not the same. You said it yourself. You said it was very passive aggressive.
They also pretty much murdered her man and had her crying on camera. You know what I mean, for him and all this other stuff. And they still couldn't have done that. Neighbor, how you feeling about the Samantha Irvin departure from WWE?
So I'll probably get heat for this, but I mean, it's just another move on forward. You know what I mean? Like, whatever she does, she's gonna do. She's famous now. If singing doesn't work out and she needs to go back to ring announcing, guess what? I'm pretty sure they'll take her hands down. Like, I don't really care about it, to be honest. Like, ring announcers come and go. She's not Justin Roberts to me. That's how I feel about it. She was great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she was bad or anything, but I mean, like, it's like, look, it's like, how many backstage announcers did we lose this year that were like, oh yeah, they were cool, and that's it. It's the same thing.
I don't know. I like Samantha, man. I think Samantha's really great. She brought a different type of announcing to wrestling. She brought passion. She brought affection. She brought emotion. You know what I mean? She didn't want to know what was going on. So when people won that she wanted to win, she felt that. She felt what the fans were feeling. So I don't know if it's just saying that, there goes another one. It's going to be hard to replace her. I mean, she did get replaced by a legend herself, Miss Lillian Garcia. And like Brandy said, if they knew that all this was going to happen, they could have did Samantha a better farewell than what they had given her. Chana, how are you feeling about the departure with Samantha Irvin?
No, I think like everybody at first, I was a little lost because it was just hours before the show. You know what I mean? But then as more news came out, she said that she let them know for months on end. She wanted to do more wrestling. She wasn't necessarily in love with announcing. Like, she didn't love it. Like, she wasn't a big fan of announcing. That's why she tried to do things different creatively to make it more entertaining for her. And other than, like, listen, I get it. Everybody has a job. Like, when you're not feeling your job and there's no opportunities, you leave. You know what I mean? I think my only this man is hilarious.
Way too hot.
This man is hilarious, man. Oh man. I think my only concern or my only issue with it at the moment was like, I guess it's because her fiance or husband is Ricochet, right? So she doesn't necessarily need to work at the moment to figure out what her next move is. It's more in the sense like you have that security, so you're able to have that safety cushion. And for her to be like she didn't. It's not that she did not love announcing. She just wasn't a big fan of it. I get it. That's cool, but I'm sure the bread was nice. But I think my only issue is I don't want to see her announcing in AEW if that was the case. You know what I mean?
True.
Like if she wants more for herself and she wants to go into the wrestling, like Nate Ram says, and she like singing isn't her career. Like I don't want to see her announcing again. Like actually pursue your thing and become a manager, take a bump, go to wrestling school to like do promos and things like that. You know what I mean? If you want to go further on and become a manager, become a GM, be a figurehead, and things like that, because she's a great individual. You know what I mean? She's always responds to the fans politely. She started eating their ass up on Twitter though.
I feel like they could have tried.
But it was well deserved.
It was well deserved. But I feel like they could have tried. WWE could have tried. And I could be wrong. Maybe they just didn't want to, or they just didn't. Maybe they just didn't have an idea for her to do it. But just hear me out, right? When she said she wanted to become a manager, I thought about that. I was like, well, how could we really make you a manager? How could it make sense? And then it clicked. Oh, if your man had never left and they took him out the way they took him out, sent him away for a little bit, right? Braun Strowman just bye, you're gone. You could have been on his side to try to coach him, say, no, you're good. You could do this. Forget what the fans think. Forget what anybody else. Let's just worry about you, right? And then you have a couple wrestlers, maybe a few guys you call in or whatever to be cool with it. As they come out, they don't get announced. Where's Samantha? How come she's not announcing these names? Then you could have your general manager, Adam Pearce, go to the backstage, like, yo, why are you not, you're supposed to be out there. And then build her away, like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm managing Ricochet now. That's what I'm doing. And then build a story out of that. Build a story where Ricochet gets 5 or 6 wins under your belt will make you a manager, because they already had the idea of bringing Lillian Garcia back. Like Brandy said, Samantha Irvin had told them she was leaving months ago. So if you were going to do this, then maybe you had a chance to say, okay, look, we'll try it. If it doesn't work, then you and your man are gone. But if it does work, you might have some money in your hand. I feel like they could have tried it. They could have just tried it.
See, here's my thing about, like, I think what you pitched was great, and I just think, like, everything with Ricochet is they just don't give him what he wanted, because, like, I'm sure he was pitching her to be his manager, and, like, they're like, no, but we like her more there. And then they did the run out stuff where she was crying for him, and they gave her a little managerial spot, but it was like overacting, overselling. But I just feel like they definitely dropped the ball, because think about the gimmick of just Ricochet exclusively having Samantha Irvin as his announcer. Every time he came out, Samantha does the opening for him, and that itself is a great gimmick.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna hold you. I think she's gonna announce him at Full Gear if he has that match against Takeshita.
Ooh, that would be crazy.
Sick. That'd be sick.
I think she. I'm not gonna hold you. I think she will announce him at Full Gear. That's just my hunch. Listen, I get it, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Ricochet. I think for the last year and a half of Ricochet's contract, I think he knew he was always leaving, and it didn't matter what they gave him storyline wise. You know what I mean? Because he said it in an interview. He was like, I only went to NXT because AEW did not exist. I think AEW came into existence like a year later after he signed to NXT. He's on tape saying that. So like I think he always knew he was gonna end up on the other side. Listen, he did the WWE thing well. He did NXT. He came up, won a few straps, couple crazy spots, but ultimately I think AEW is where he always wanted to go back to.
I can feel that going to wrestle with the guys he's been wrestling and wrestling with the guys who helped him shape his career. So that it makes sense. It makes sense to go do things with your friends than it is to go to work.
When him and Samantha worded it, like now he's able to wrestle the way that he wants to wrestle. Mm-hmm. Which I guess as a wrestler, you want that creative freedom to be able to do your matches how you want instead of doing a cookie cutter WWE style. The 5 moves of doom.
Right.
And I think Ricochet still has some ring rust that he has to work off because he hasn't wrestled like that in a while. But it's not a terrible look for him, man.
It's not. It's not a terrible look. I'm enjoying what I'm watching in AEW with him right now. But I really do hope the best for Samantha Irvin, whatever it is she wants to do. As soon as I see her name, I'm going to go check it out. And I hope if she drops a single, an album, I'll check it out. I'll listen to it. I'll see what it's all about. As long as Ricochet ain't on there like rapping or anything. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
As long as Ricochet ain't trying to become a rapper, then I'll see what her.
She'll get Ethan Page.
Oh Lord, no. You know what? We're just gonna play this.
I knew Nick Ram is the type of person to bump that to his job. I swear to God.
That shit was fired.
Oh man, fellas, we had
he said fire.
We crowned some new tag team champions. It's been a minute. It's been a while since we watched somebody walk in and take gold. Motor City Machine Guns did that. I think 3 matches in. Was this too soon, Chano?
As I was there physically, I was literally in the building, even though I missed the first half of SmackDown because nobody told me it was a double show. It felt nice. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think the Barclays Center cares about Motor City Machine Guns at all. They definitely don't. There was one lady in front of me screaming, trying to start a Johnny Wrestling chant, and we respectfully told her to go F off. That has no place in Brooklyn. The man is from Ohio. You know what I mean? Like have some respect.
Violating.
Have some respect for yourself. But no, I'm not gonna hold you. It's cool if you know the history of the Motor City Machine Guns and you know their history. But to a casual fan that has no history of and don't know knowledge of them, it's like, oh, okay. Now we got to see what's up, and especially the way they've been winning their matches. It hasn't been dominant. They've kind of been like on the lower end of a 60-40 match, with them being the 40, pulling out the W.
I feel that. I can see what you're saying. Most casual fans don't know who they are, but if you know who Motor City Machine Guns is, you know that they're a legendary tag team. You know that they can do great things. 2 matches. I'm not off the top of my head. I'm not too sure what the actual count is before they got the titles.
3. It was the 3rd match. They
had
They had the match to get into the number 1 contenders match against DIY. Then it was DIY, and then they won the tag titles the same night.
And then they get crowned. Yeah, they get crowned champions. Good move on the part of taking the titles away from the Bloodline because it doesn't need a circle around that. But let's see if it's a bad or good move on putting it on them so early. Maybe you can put it on somebody else. But at the same time, it's you don't want to see DIY with the tag titles because they're boring. So it makes sense.
I'm not gonna hold you. They are boring, and I think the one plus I will say for Motor City Machine Guns is they're very fresh. They have the opportunity to rebuild themselves in front of a casual audience who doesn't really know them. So they kind of get to remold this tag division and see where it goes. I still think it's the wrong decision. It was a wrong decision to split the tag titles. Just look at the shit show you have now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now you have the chance to rebuild that SmackDown tag division and see what it takes you.
That's true. Brittany Savage, how are you feeling about Motor City Machine Guns? You think it was too early?
I don't think it was too early. I think it's, like we said, it's a thing. We needed to revamp in the tag team division. So why not just bring in some fresh faces and guys who can go and who know how to put people over and do things like that. So I think they're a good addition to the division.
Okay. I feel that. I love that. Short, simple, sweet. He said, yeah, they're good. They got it. You know, who's better than them right now? Probably
Street Profits. Street Profits.
I don't know about that. They are probably the best tag team in the SmackDown roster right now. Nitram, how you feeling about Motor City Machine Guns? You think it was too early, or do you think this was the perfect call for the legendary tag team?
I mean, that's the word right there, legendary. These guys are not spring chickens, man. You don't want to risk paying these guys to be on your main roster, and then 10 matches in, one gets hurt. One sits on the bench for a year. I mean, that being said, these are both solo stars as well. Not trying to take away from them, but it's just do it while they're, like Channel said, do it while they're fresh. Because you don't know what's going to happen, man. These guys are not some young dudes that they picked up off the indies that are in their mid-20s thriving. You know, these guys have been wrestling for 20 years. People in their 20s are saying these are the guys who inspired them. So, just throw it on them while they're there and they're healthy. Because these are also 2 wrestlers who have been injury prone in different companies. So, you just gotta.
I would like to see them. Go ahead, John.
I will say one last thing. Them boys in DIY were legitimately hitting each other. I'm not gonna hold you. They were definitely doing that hard style. There was a couple shots who was all in a collective, knees to the head. The punches. It was crazy.
like NXT's takeover shit. They brought it back for the.
I'm hoping
it was insane.
I'm hoping that that they help this tag division out. I would like to see them and the Good Brothers cross paths. I would like to see Grayson Waller and Theory cross paths with these guys. I feel like they're going to help a lot of these younger guys out and then have really good matches with guys that they can cross paths when they were in the indie scenes. You know what I mean? Remapping some of those. And I would love to see them get face to face with AJ Styles and see what they have to say to them. I'm not sure if you guys saw the video of them and Bobby Roode reconnecting backstage. That was a really cool, severe moment. You know, those three guys and his tag team partner, Mr. Storm, they've had their battles out. So it was really cool to see a lot of their friends that are over there at the WWE right now, like greet them in and show them a place where they could do this. So it's really cool. Let's talk about Game 7, and I'm not talking about the World Series. Sorry, Yankees.
Can't even make it a Game 6.
Didn't even make it a Game 6. Hey, but let's talk about this Game 7. Melo Andrade. We've been covering this since it started. I think we all called it that it was going to go 7 matches, and I feel like we all called this was going to be a triple threat. It does get interrupted. Now we're going to get a triple threat at Crown Jewel. Will we be crowning a new United States champion? Maybe. We will find out. We will be talking about Crown Jewel later on in the show. But is the triple threat match a good call for Crown Jewel? Nitram.
This is where Carmelo and Andrade are going to figure out that they're made to be a tag team because they are the Bar.
Okay.
That's all I got for it. LA Knight's not losing the title, especially not no Saudi. So
This is like 3 or 4 consecutive episodes of this dude mentioning the Bar.
He really misses them.
Brandy lives with me now, and now when he be in the kitchen, he also brings up the Bar.
I just do this to him every time he brings it up. I don't bring it up. See, now he's just making up stuff where I bring it up. No, I just respond.
Yo, I can imagine like Saturday morning when they both wake up. I can imagine Net Ram just playing like in WCW matches, like Saturday morning cartoons. And Brandon just reluctantly just sits down and just eats his cereal on the couch with him.
It's TNA. It's TNA on the Samsung channel.
They don't even say hello to each other no more, China. They're just like scissor, the Bar. You know, it's just
like Brandy just accepted that this is his life now, just wrestling 25/8 and bad horror movies.
Come on, channel.
Complaining about my fault. And complaining about the TV app that we using.
Right.
That he be at TCH about. That's all he does.
Yeah.
How do you complain about something that's $70 a year?
How are you feeling about the triple threat call, China? You think it's a good call for Crown Jewel?
I felt like LA Knight's poop, so they had to give him something with 2 good people in the ring to make him worth something.
Dude, Saudi loves LA Knight. Saudi loves LA Knight, bro.
I know they do.
He's not even that bad. He's really not that bad.
Like, he's pretty bad, bro.
I want a Game 7 on Andrade versus Melo. I'm not gonna hold you. So since I told you guys I missed the first half of SmackDown of the actual episode, I was sick because I got there at 7:50, and I had Cody Rhodes music playing, like his little promo with Gunther talking about that poopy ass strap, and like there was this little kid and his dad next to me, and I was like, "Yo, when is Melo Andrade?" I was like, "Oh, that was the first match." I was like, "Oh shit, what happened?" Like, yeah, LA Knight interrupted. I was butthurt. I was super sick. I was like, now I gotta go watch this poopy man wrestling in Saudi for a strap he's probably not gonna lose.
Right.
This is terrible.
We'll see. I don't know. I think it's a good call so far. Brittany, how are you feeling about the triple threat? You think it's a good call?
I mean, it was always gonna be a triple threat. I feel like we dragged 7 matches just to get to the triple threat at Saudi. I'm happy if someone else takes the title from LA Knight, but if this is a triple threat for it just to be like to have LA Knight have a win in Saudi or whatever, because we know Saudi loves him and so on and so forth. But I don't like LA Knight. I think he pooped.
Same. The Jalen Brunson rub ended.
It ended, yeah.
It faded. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like if anybody should win this match, it should be Melo. And they should move Andrade into the main event picture. And just let Melo work his way in the mid-card title for a little while. And just move LA Knight to wherever you need him. Whether it's the mid-card, the main event team, I'm not gonna hold you. Now the Bloodline's back in full effect. TV time is gonna be very scarce for the foreseeable future. So get it how you can, boys, because the best telenovela is back on television.
Cinema, baby, cinema. We got the sequel.
It is back on television. Speaking about the Bloodline, though, we had on Raw a few weeks ago, we had Intercontinental Championship match that I know Nick Rand's probably going to be like, it was a waste, it was all this, it was blah blah blah, but we had to build Jey back into the story, and this is how they were going to do it. I don't think Solo cost his cousin the title. He was actually trying to help him out, trying to help him win, but things happened the other way. Braun got his title back. SmackDown, Jey said, all right, got to get my face back. I don't like the fact that he came dressed like the GOAT himself, Jimmy, but it's okay. We're going to let it slide. But he cost GOD the tag team title. Then he hugged Jimmy at the end of the show. Then you saw the video. Roman was there. They threw the ones up together. The Bloodline is back. Like Chano said, strap in your seatbelts because the number one Bloodline in the world is about to take over.
Oh, you just skipped it. You added this parts of SmackDown what happened and then parts of what happened in tomorrow's episode. You just mix both SmackDowns.
Well, I mean, the videos are out, and I think everybody knows it's pre-recorded because they're out there in Saudi. So, sorry, spoiler alert. But blame China. He was there at the event live. He told me everything that was going to happen. So if you're trying to hit that DraftKings parlay, no, just joking.
I'm not gonna hold you. I was sending pictures, and I was like, "Yeah, this is what happening right now." He's like, "That's not what happened on my TV." I was like, "Oh, this is a double show." That's when I realized. So when the first show ended, when Jimmy and Jey hugged each other, I was like, oh, "Okay, that's cool." It was like 9 o'clock. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's fun. What's gonna happen next?" I was like, and then they did it in order. So whatever SmackDown is, what order is in, I don't know what's the order of the show. I promise you, I do not know because they did everything so backwards. So we kind of got the Bloodline segment back to back. And I'm not gonna hold you. I really wanted Roman to say no yeet.
Nah.
Just to fuck with him.
I think he's part of the yeet now. You know what I mean? He does it. So.
I'm not gonna hold you. Roman's too gangster to be eating, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
He is. He definitely is. He definitely is. But you know what? It's fine. He's back with his boys, his cuzzos, his Usos. And then, hopefully they can take out Solo's Bloodline. It's going to be interesting because after the things that we saw on the internet and things from Monday, and hopefully we'll see some stuff again tomorrow on the pre-recorded episode of SmackDown. Hey, I appreciate you, man. We will try to keep up the good work in the channel. We'll see. We will see. Let's jump into a small break and our down bad pick of the week. We will be right back.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
People are wondering who's going to be next. Don't call us, we'll call you.
Yeah, it's invitation only there, chicos. Well, you talk about the money. You talk about beating people up. Well, it's the New World Order, and I hope it's okay because there's nothing you can do about it.
That's right. Power, fame, money, and now our own corporation.
FourSidesOfTheRing.com. You can go ahead and cop our new merch. We got some new merch from Brandy Savage. Got some Halloween merch. Got a new Pedro Morales shirt that we released. We got our new NWO logo released. So go ahead and check out FourSidesOfTheRing.com. With that being said, Mr. Brandy Savage, who is the damn bad pick of the week?
I'm actually gonna go with Jey Uso. I'm tired of it. Keep letting this happen. We gotta keep dealing with this. I'm tired of just now it happened with the title. I don't know. I just feel like Jey Uso, man, you're down bad. You keep letting these Samoans fuck your shit up, and I don't know. It's just let it go. Don't go back into the mix. Just talking to Solo cost you your title, bro. Just leave them alone. Listen to Sammy. He's right.
Sammy's bugging.
Yeet.
I told you Sammy's perspective, bro. Roman was the devil to Sammy. He looks at him like PTSD. So the devil is worse than the devil you don't like. You know what I mean? You don't.
Yes, but Jay still has a legitimate reason because they cost him the title.
Yes, that part.
Whether they meant to or not, they still cost old boy the title.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Solo's
very true.
What's his name? Jacob still hit him with a Samoan drop on top of the table and let his ass get speared. They directly costing the man his title. Jay has cause. Without that, it's like, all right, Jay, why are you falling back to your cousin, man? I get it. In that case, Sammy would be right. But they cost my man the gold. And I don't know about you, but Jay ain't nobody's. I knew it was Jimmy ain't nobody's bitch, but Jay ain't nobody's bitch either.
He was somebody's right hand man.
He was somebody's right hand man. He was somebody's right hand man.
I gave
That's no more.
Now that open mic, what's going on, brother?
More.
Happy Halloween, my guy. No, yeah, you know, so damn bad pick of the week going to Jey Uso. You know what? I can kind of agree. Enough is enough, man. You out or you in. And you know what? You can't say you're in this time and then after it's all done, you can't tell me you're out. You know?
Nah, they locked in there. No. After the SmackDown, they locked in.
I don't think he's locked in. That promo he cut with his brother, I feel like he wanted to cry, man. I won by myself. I did this by myself. I tied my shoes by myself. I got this by myself.
He's locked in. He's locked in. Once you watch this episode of SmackDown, you'll be like, yeah, Jay's back into the fold for as long as niggas treat him with respect.
Yeah.
As long as a verbatim, as long as Roman doesn't start taking advantage and do the same shit he did last time, they're good. They'll be fine and they can work things out as they go.
True. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That bad pick of the week going to Jey Uso this week. Brought to you by Brandy Savage and FourSidesOfTheRing.com. I'm not sure if you guys checked out Halloween Havoc and NXT, but Halloween Havoc was pretty decent. But during NXT, for some odd reason, Rhea Ripley was in the parking lot. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but parking lots and NXT don't match well together. It's a terrible place to be. It really is. It's the most dangerous part in WWE is that NXT parking lot. But my girl was walking out there, man. She got jumped. I'm gonna say she got jumped. They beat her ass, and they severely beat her because they injured her really, really bad. Orbital, I think, is broken, kind of like in the same lines of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. But is this finally her babyface push right here? Her getting murdered in the parking lot? Nick Rambo, can you tell me about this?
So I'm not gonna lie. At first, watching NXT, we had the great surprise of which I called 30 seconds right before it happened of former TNA champion Jordan Grace coming in and doing all this kind of great stuff. The show was cooking. And when I saw Rhea, you can ask Brendan, I said, this is what I'm talking about. They need these main roster people to take away from the NXT. And I hate that. And then, obviously I didn't know about the injury. But when they jumped her in the parking lot, I was like, oh, never mind. I went to Brendan. I was like, never mind. That was great. Because it was something. It was a storyline. It wasn't just there to not just to be there and say he, like when Jay did it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I thought this was perfect. Because it brings eyes, people watching NXT who aren't watching Raw are like, what beef is this about, in a sense? Because they make the argument that the CW is bringing in a new crowd. So if there's a new crowd that's in the CW who now seen this and they're like, I don't even know who these people are. Oh, but they're on Raw. What's Raw on? That's on USA. That's Monday. And then, in a sense, you get, let's say, 5 new people. So in a way, I liked it because it continued a storyline.
Okay. I feel you. It does create a new storyline, but she's hurt, so I don't know what storyline is going to create right now. And it sounds like she's going to be out for a little bit, out for a while. So we'll see. And if she is out for a while, hey, let her go home. Let her go home to her husband. Let her have some time off. Brandy Savage, how do you feel about this? Do you think her almost getting killed in the parking lot was solidifying Rhea Ripley to be a babyface?
I think Rhea is one of the biggest babyface we already have. So I don't know if it solidified her. I think it was more of a product of Raw being 2 hours and them utilizing something else other than their 2 hours to kill a story. And that's essentially what they did. They killed the Rhea Liv story for now.
Interesting. Using NXT to get that extra hour. I see what you did there. Okay. And in a sense, you're right. They did use that to say that, hey, this storyline is going to be put on pause because it looks like the Judgment Day is aiming another way. I'm not sure if you guys have been paying attention to the signs. It seems like a lot of them are off key, except 2 of them. But we got to see how that plays out. Chana, how are you feeling about Rhea Ripley getting jumped in the infamous NXT parking lot and solidifying her babyface role?
So outside of kayfabe, she actually hurt her orbital bone when she headbutted Liv on last week's episode of Raw. So when she headbutted Raquel and Liv, that's when she broke her bone underneath her eye. Saw the video. That was actually pretty cool. But it's a nice way to put a pin on the storyline. I kind of wanted it to end. I didn't care how it ended. I just wanted it to. But now that it's done for this foreseeable future, I'm cool with it. Outside of that, though, yeah, I think yes, Brandon's right. Rhea's one of the biggest babyface women in the world, right? 1,000%. But on the flip side of that, on the absolute flip side, when Raquel and Liv started talking about their point of view about why they don't like Rhea and why they want to take everything away from Rhea, there was people in the crowds, the fans just said, that makes sense. They're not doing this because they're bad people. They're doing this because Rhea did some fucked up shit and she never took accountability for it. She just kind of like try to sweep it under the rug like it's good. Kind of like what Damian Priest did, you know what I mean? Just try to sweep it underneath and it's fine. So now that Liv and Raquel, they actually did an actual heel move and they killed the old girl. Now it eliminates all the rest of those doubts of being like, okay, now Rhea's doing this for the right reasons now. She's doing this to get revenge on this. Before it was like, okay, Rhea, you was in the wrong. You're not going to take accountability. What's next? Now we know what's next. She's going to heal up, and now she's going to be justified. She's going to be a justified babyface in this feud. Because before she was wrong as hell. She was the heel.
Are we thinking a Royal Rumble return for Miss Rhea Ripley?
I hope she doesn't win it. I think she'll be back in Survivor Series. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think she'll be out that long. I think a month.
Could we see the first intergender Survivor Series?
Nah.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
They're way too timid.
AEW would do that though. AEW
1,000%. AEW is for the sickos.
AEW with Tony Khan's like, hell yeah, let's do it. Who we throwing in there with Anna Jay? We'll see.
If WWE gonna do an intergender match, it needs to be Chelsea Green.
Hey, WWE's kind of tapping into their dark side a little bit. We had a kidnapping. The guy Mike was kidnapped. The Miz was kidnapped by the Wyatt 6. Yeah, shout out to my guy just being a simple Puerto Rican and say, yeah, that's not my business. Okay, I'm not. He got kidnapped, not me. Yeah, he's definitely gone. He's not around anymore. But the Miz was kidnapped. Do we think this is setting up for a Alexa Bliss return? Brandy Savage, talk to me.
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
That's hilarious. What's your opinion? No. Basically, I don't know. I don't see the seeds for Alexa Bliss return. I was kind of hoping we see a different side of the Miz, something we've never seen before, and that might be a member of the Wyatt 6. Like they kidnapped him, but he stays. I don't know. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see the Miz do something different.
Okay, kind of like a old school like Festus. They drugged him. He was all just messed up in the mind.
Festus, no.
Yeah, but do you know what I'm talking about? Like CM Punk saved Festus because it wasn't that he wasn't dumb. He was just drugged up with all his drugs. That's what made him.
Yes,
yeah.
It's heroin.
Yeah. So
before
shout out.
Maybe
shout out
that's what the
to
Y6
OC.
is doing. Maybe that's what the Y. Yeah, shout out to the OC. Maybe that's what the Y6 is doing. To the Miz, shooting him up with some heroin. So, Yo, Hangman.
What is Euphoria?
No, yeah. I mean, what? Yeah, Hangman Adam Page gave me this stuff. He said it worked, so you got to take it now.
It wouldn't be heroin. It'd be chlamydia. And giving the Miz his clap is just evil.
This is Bray special stuff.
It just fucks up the home. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Maurice is not going to believe him. She's like, "How you came home with chlamydia?" He's like, "It was the Wyatt 6." She's like, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, they did this."
How you feeling about the kidnapping, Chana? You think this is a return from Miss Bliss?
I hope she comes back. I mean, outside of the initial feud and return, I don't really care for them. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I understand the storyline's great. I love they're doing this for Bray, but they're not doing anything to make me go, "Ooh, yeah, this is nice."
I should take on everything in wrestling.
Bingo.
Denver, how you feeling about this kidnapping? You think this is going to be a return of Miss Bliss?
I don't think this is an Alexa thing. Not yet, at least. Because Scarlett is for Nikki Cross, and it's one girl, so it doesn't really add up yet. As far as the kidnapping, though, like, I don't know what the plan is, but they had to do something where the Wyatts were the heels in the situation, because I don't see how babyface Wyatt 6 just doesn't make sense for me in any form. Like, I get they're trying to take people who betrayed their family, but you're still the bad guy when you do that. And I feel like Chamo said, ever since the return, I'm not really into it anymore. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Like, I'm not cheering for these guys. So I think they kind of need to flip it. But Karrion Kross won me over with the whole, yeah, he's definitely dead. I don't see why we're going to help him. He's dead. That clip should have been on air because that was hilarious.
Yes. 100%. It should have. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, that should have been on air. They should have shown that. You know, I would love for Miss Bliss to come back. I'm a huge fan of her. I've been a fan since day one, even before she even decided to start doing the Bray Wyatt stuff. I know a lot of people didn't like her. They didn't like her physique. They didn't like, just things about Alexa, which kind of sucked. So, I'm hoping she comes back. I'm hoping she does her thing. I'm hoping that it's spooky or whatever she is doing. Maybe Nitrate isn't saying it. Maybe she is the soul and the ghost of Bray. So we'll see how they do this. It's interesting to see. I think tagging them up with The Miz and tagging them up with what's the tag team name
Final Test
that they have over there?
AOP.
Oh, I know the faction number. What's the AOP?
AOP?
I was gonna say AOC. AOP holding it down.
My man's getting political over here.
Word, chill.
Yeah, AOP tagging up. I guess if you could really make a tag team for the Wyatt 6, who would it be? It would be Buzzard and Rowan, maybe. Would they be the tag team, or would it be?
Yep.
I think it's Gacy and Dexter.
Gacy and Dex. Okay. I don't know. Then that's I don't know if that's the right tag team for AOP though. AOP's some beast, bro. AOP is some beast.
Rowan looks like he owns the mid-card title.
You're right. I don't see the Wyatt 6 holding any gold, but maybe I could be wrong about that. But we'll see. We got a lot of things shaping up in the tag team division, right? MCMG, tag team champions at SmackDown. I'm actually surprised they're not going to go one-on-one with the Judgment Day at Crown Jewel. I felt like that would have been a decent match to watch, or something different. So we'll see. We'll see how this new tag team division develops with the Wyatt 6, with AOP, with the Final Testament. But I think this is really good for the Final Testament. I'm just hoping that it always seems like the Final Testament gets no love. They get put into such an interesting story, and then something random happens, something crazy happens, and then they have to drop them. So hopefully this one ends up working out for them. I really, really do hope so. Everybody involved. Let's talk about the Bloodline again, because we have to, because they're all of wrestling right now. Let's talk about a specific somebody who's actually not blood, but is an honorary Uso. Our guy Sami Zayn got caught talking to the tribal chief Negative 5.0, Solo Sikoa. Fellas, do you think Sami Zayn is going to join the new Bloodline, Chano?
I hope not, but there's a lot of clips that said when Solo first started off with the Bloodline, the one that he really clicked with immediately was Sami. So him and Sami kind of already have that connection, you know what I mean? So it makes sense if he was to join them. But on the flip side, heel Sami to go with the new Bloodline would be hilarious. He's just taking them boys to Waffle House to be petty and spiteful.
That's true. That's true.
But also, I'm not gonna hold you. So a little bit of future booking. I feel like WrestleMania 41 is gonna be Sammy versus KO at Mania.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel like after KO is done feuding with Randy and then Cody, and once Sammy finally like teams up with the OG Bloodline, because I feel like that's inevitable. I feel like KO is just gonna come after him one more time, and we're gonna get a Sammy KO feud. Did we get that on the main roster yet? Sammy versus KO?
Yeah. KO's turned on Sammy like I can't even count how many times now.
No, I know it's happened on NXT. I know it's happened.
No, it happened on the main
No,
roster.
it's happened on main roster. I think like
twice.
Like twice or three times now. Yeah.
Listen,
Sammy's too gullible, bro.
I'm not gonna
my
hold you.
best friend back.
Sammy be talking shit.
Kevin Owens was the babyface in it, and it didn't work.
I'm not gonna hold you. Sammy be talking shit. Sammy be like, "How you gonna do that? How you gonna do that? Roman's a monster. Roman's a monster, yeah. But you forget this asshole all the time."
I was the best man at his wedding.
right.
Yeah, build the bridge.
It's his best friend. You know what I mean? You don't fight with your best friend all the time. You know, so you just gotta,
I do.
Right? Yeah. Bygones be bygones, and just let it be. Oh man, hey fellas, NXT kind of announced an AEW type match. We're gonna get 10 women in a ring. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? Nick Ram?
This match is gonna absolutely cook. I mean, on top of that, it also just establishes that NXT has the greatest women's roster, hands down. No one can touch it. I saw this match and I immediately said, forget whatever they're doing on main roster War Games. This is what I want. And I mean, just everybody in the match. There's one person in this entire 10-person match that I didn't think fit, and I'm leaving her alone because I still think she's good.
Who's that?
Do you?
I think she's good.
Who's
I just
that?
think she didn't. I specifically.
You talk about how green she is all the time.
If you're talking about my girl KJ, bro, leave Miss Jordan alone.
He was leaving her alone. I'm antagonizing.
She was. All I said was, look at that one team, Brandy. Look how small she looks with all these big women. Like she looks so tiny. I couldn't take it.
I will say I agree with you. When I saw the match announced, and I was like, okay, these teams looking good, and I was like, okay, you got Delta, you got Stephanie.
It's Zarya, by the way. They changed it.
Zarya.
Okay, I'm just gonna call her Delta.
Zarya, Delta. You're gonna call her Delta now? After you gave me shit, Delta? That's just Julia.
No, so yeah, I guess. That's just Julia. I apologize. No, but I got confused because of me and Nate talked about it. She wasn't Delta. She was
Alpha.
Golly, what was it?
She was
Omega.
Omega in Japan. Something like that. She's one of the shield.
Yeah, because Kenny's the Omega. Yeah. She was the Alpha.
Yeah. Now Takeshi's the Alpha.
I was getting mad shit. He was like, no, Delta? That's Julia. You just don't want to
start. For what it's worth, as soon as we got off the air, I cooked him. I was like, how you gonna get mad at Chano? And he was correct.
Yeah, facts. No, he was. And he was like, it was the Alpha, and I was like, I knew it was one of them, though. It was definitely one of them. I was 3 letters off. It's okay. But yeah, Zarya. We have Zarya. We'll call her Zarya. That is her WWE name. But yeah, all Stackhouse, 4 Stackhouse women, 4 women you just brought in, and then you have Kalani Jordan, and you're just like, okay, Kalani. This is a great way for Kalani to build up, but I think one of those 4 women are turning their backs on Kalani.
Oh, I know who it is.
Who you got?
So my little fantasy booking is like me and Nate Rand do a lot of fantasy booking together, so I might be poaching his ideas, but I'm gonna still say them like they're mine.
Yeah, we know.
But basically KJ's gonna come out there and then being the champion, somebody's gonna be a little salty, like, why are you the champion? You know what I mean? But I think it's gonna be Zarya. I think Zarya came in there.
Yeah.
What?
We went over this.
She lost the shot.
Champion now.
Oh shoot, you're right. But I think Zarya is probably gonna be the one that turns on everybody, leading to a feud with somebody else in the group. Whether it be KJ, whether it be Jordan Grace, whether it be... But I do think it's probably going to be Jordan Grace because Jordan Grace came out and she's like, one, aura. That's one thing I have to say. Also, Zarya, Aura. That was a great match, despite it being a squash match. But I do believe that group is establishing the mid card champions in a sense. Even though everybody there is kind of going is talking to what's her name, Roxanne Perez, and they're beefing with her. Only one of them can go for Roxanne.
Mm-hmm. So one of them go for Roxanne, but the other 9 or the other 8 are all looking at Fallon Henley.
Yes.
So, how you feeling about the 10-woman tag team match on NXT? Chana, you think this is a good idea?
I mean, I seen the one on Raw, and as long as it's better than that match, it's an absolute win, right?
It's better talent already.
It's not about talent. It's about, like, could we just get a better execution? I really wish they would give me this match elimination style. The elimination style will go absolutely crazy. Like, give me, like, 45 minutes of this. Just elimination style, 5-on-5 match.
See, that's the thing. If an elimination style goes 45 minutes to an hour, it's worth the elimination style. But, like, otherwise, it's just killing everybody's momentum.
Fuck the momentum. Give me heat.
Let me throw another question. Outside. Let me throw another question your guys' way before we get into another quick break and move the needle. Are these tag matches a good way to showcase Zarya, to showcase Stephanie, to showcase, I guess, a returning core Jade? We already watched Julia do her singles matches, but now she's in more tag team matches. Is it even a good way to showcase Julia? Are these matches the type of matches you want to see, or do you want to see these women go one-on-one with the best that NXT has to offer?
It's a good way for them to introduce them to each other without having to do too much in a singles match. Like, you get to introduce Zarya, Stephanie, and Julia to all these different women in a match, potentially at once. So when they have these singles matches against these women, they have something to build off of. You know what I mean? You can wrestle in a PC all you want to see if there's chemistry. But until you're in front of a live audience, that's when you really sink or swim. You know what I mean?
You think Jordynne Grace was like I'll be on your team because these women suck and we're way better than them.
No, I think Jordynne Grace is on that team because she signed that contract and said, I'm a WWE superstar now, and sign me up, coach, wherever you need me.
True.
But also, just like when I think about it, it also just builds up this, right? Who got the pin last time? It was Stephanie McCoy, right? She pinned Roxanne. You do this 10-woman match. If Roxanne gets pinned again by Julia or Jordynne Grace, I think it's going to be one of those to get the pin. You build up the argument when it's time to pick a number one contender. They're both going to say, well, I pinned the champ. And then you have a match between those two people who beat the champ. And it constantly delays the inevitable of taking the title off Roxanne. Also, Jordynne Grace is the one that goes heel here.
No, you're missing it. The next Roxanne match is clearly a triple threat match.
Mm-hmm.
It's either a triple threat or a fatal 4-way. And if it ends up as a fatal 4-way, Cora's ending up with the strap.
I mean, look. This might be a wild take or whatever, but like, you have enough women here to have a ladder match for that NXT Women's title. You protect Roxanne because she doesn't get pinned, and you could crown a new champion.
Roxanne's not losing to the Rumble.
No. Roxanne, I'm telling you right now, if they do a fatal 4-way match, they even the odds, quote unquote, even the odds, Cora Jade's gonna win the strap, and she's gonna win by checking on Roxanne during the match. Like, you kind of know the Eddie and Chyna moment where Chyna was knocked out, and Eddie's just like looking like over her, like checking on her. And the ref called it for the pin, and he was like, "Oh, I wasn't even doing this on purpose." Literally respecting her. Like, that's what's gonna end up happening.
We'll see what happens. But I think a ladder match would be an incredible match with all these women involved. That could be wrong. Maybe Nick Ram doesn't want to watch these women in the ladder match.
I love these women. I watch NXT for the women. I think they're absolutely.
Stop lying. You watch NXT for Trick Williams. We all know the truth.
Yo, did you remember when NetRam was cursing out NXT on every single week basis? I remember. Pepper Tron remembers.
Oh man, let's
our audience is too young for that reference.
Yeah, let's jump into a small break and our move the needle.
Dive into a world where every pinfall. What's up, my fellow bad guys? Just when you thought we were down bad, Brandy's here to pick us right back up. Thanks to our partnership with SeatGeek, we got good seats and great prices. New users can score a fantastic $20 off their final ticket purchase by using the exclusive promo code 4SIDESOTR at checkout for any event. That's 4SIDESOTR. Tell them the bad guy sent you.
Let them know the bad guy sent you. 4 Sides OTR. Get your tickets now. We know you want to go to Mania. We know you want to go to SummerSlam. We know you want to go to Rumble. If you're in the Carolinas, Mark Anthony's in the town. Go ahead and use whatever you need to use to go to these events. But make sure you use 4 Sides OTR if you are a new user and if you are spending more than $50. Let's jump into this Move the Needle. Fellas, I'm not sure if you know, but Wednesday, we crowned new AEW World Tag Team Champions in Private Party. So my question to my panel is, does Private Party move the needle? And I want to start with Brandy Savage.
I was hoping you didn't start with me. I'm not going to lie. Because honestly, absolutely not. Like, they're cool, but like me and Nick were sitting there hoping they turned on each other before they even won a title. Like, that's how much we would rather them not be tag teams. I personally don't think they move the needle. I think it's kind of a stagnant needle.
Chano Hayes, how you feeling about Private Party? Did they move the needle?
I mean, I didn't really care until Zay posted a picture of the belt with some butters.
That's hilarious.
I'm assuming he's a New Yorker, so I'm obligated.
Now I gotta Google this.
So now I'm obligated to root for them if I like it or not, because I never turn my back on a New Yorker.
Bro, they had a whole show on YouTube where they would take Matt Hardy to different spots in New York.
Oh, they were the ones. There was.
They from Brooklyn?
They're the ones who put the do-rag.
That had the chopped cheeses in the projects.
Yes.
I'm sold. They moved the needle. That's hilarious.
I rescind my answer, and I rescind it, and they definitely moved the needle.
That's bad funny. Yo, they really had the Hardys and the PJs eating a chopped cheese with silkies.
With silkies on. Yep. with silkies on.
100%. I'm not gonna hold you. Matt Hardy looks out of place because his wife is Puerto Rican, so he be going to all these Hispanic holiday dinners, and he always looks mad out of place. Jeff looks in place in all these places because Jeff is a black man at heart. But it's mad funny. Yeah, man, they moved the needle. They're New Yorkers. I love it.
Never, how you feeling about Private Party? Did the new tag team champions move the needle for you?
No, but that doesn't mean they didn't deserve to be champions. I love to see when people ride out and work hard. These guys have been there since day one. The day one guys, they deserve one run. I don't think they moved the needle, but that also being said, they're still very young. They do cool flippy stuff. I think they're transitional champions. So whoever is going to beat them will probably move the needle.
Interesting. I got to agree with my guy Chana. I got to agree with my guy Brandy. It's not because they're New Yorkers. It's not because that they're just good at what they do, man. They move the needle for me. They're a great tag team. Like Nick Ram said, it's awesome to see somebody grind out and just keep grinding after injuries, after being told no, the time's not right. They stood with the company. They waited for the time, and they got their feel-good moment. Those are the things that you love to see. You love to see feel-good moments in wrestling, especially when it's well-deserved. These guys, they definitely well-deserved it. They from facing the Bucks in the very first show to now beating the Bucks for the tag team championships. I'll go ahead and say it. This might be a hot take. I don't care. I might fight it. I personally think these two are a better tag team than the Street Profits. But
no.
Yes.
That's a black on black crime.
They have potential to be, but they're still young, man.
They're better. They're better in ring wrestlers.
I look at Isaiah Cassidy and he wants to be Montez Ford.
True, I see that.
I don't. Maybe we'll have this conversation in another time. Maybe when a Private Party decides to step up their game, or maybe even when the Street Profits decide to win some tag team titles. But right now, they're not doing nothing. So I got to give it to the Private Party. They're the better tag team.
Bugging.
I'm not bugging.
You're kind of tweaking on that one.
But these guys move the needle. These guys move the needle for me. Big fan of Private Party. Shouts out to them winning the tag team championship. Well deserved. You guys freaking do whatever you need to do now because I'm excited to see what you're going to do for the tag team division. Let's see if you can carry it. Let's see if you can remap it. Let's see if you can do all the things that the previous great tag teams that were holding those titles, were doing. We will find out. Let's talk about one guy in particular who all of a sudden is claiming he's going to be the man to beat the man. Let's start with Orange. Let's start with Orange Cassidy first, and then we're going to jump into Jon Moxley. Chana, is Orange Cassidy the face of AEW? Yes or no?
No.
Nitram, is Orange Cassidy the face of AEW? Yes or no?
In a weird way, yes.
Okay. Brandy Savage, is Orange Cassidy
no
the face of AEW? Okay.
He's not the face.
My next question is, come full gear, does he dethrone Jon Moxley? Chano Hayes.
No.
Nitram,
No.
Brandy Savage.
Too soon. But I did love the promo.
Promo's so good.
I feel like if he doesn't, I gotta agree with Chana. If he's not gonna be the guy to dethrone Mox, he can't say he's gonna be the face of the company and save it. It's got to be the person whoever dethrones Mox is gonna be that guy, right? It's gonna be the face. It's gonna save AEW.
We know who's dethroning Mox.
I don't want to say Darby Allin because I don't think it's Darby Allin.
It's Darby.
Darby Allin.
It's Darby Allin.
No, it's definitely Darby Allin.
There's there's nobody else. I
don't know.
You would have I'm telling you right now, World's End or wherever the hell Mox dropped the strap. Every single little kid and every single person is going to come with that half-face Darby Allin paint, and they're going to lose their absolute minds when Darby wins the strap. It's going to be a full circle moment because Darby can't beat Mox, just like he couldn't beat Brody King. It's going to be insane.
And I mean, to add that on, in Orange Cassidy's promo, he pretty much said all this, when he was just pretty much talking about, I'm not the guy. This is not what I do. And he was like, but I saw who was in this ring, and it was all this young talent, the future of AEW. Like, not one veteran actually comes out to help. And so, I mean, Orange Cassidy pretty much said it himself. It's not going to be a veteran to beat Moxley. It's going to be these young guys. Private Party are young guys. They want tag belts. I mean, if you really look at it, it's a lot of young people holding belts, especially with Chris Jericho. So it's just all adding up now.
You think Chris Jericho's old ass is going to go save AEW? He can't even save himself when he try to climb the top rope.
He's too busy saving Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he's ROH champion, man. He got nothing to do with AEW except waste their time.
I mean, look, I don't know if I want it to be Darby Allin. I'm not sure who it's going to be. Who's going to step up to the plate.
You know who it is. You're just being delusional right now. Except
I know I might be delusional. I know it's not Orange.
Behind you. Look at thing behind you. He's yelling Darby Allin.
I agree with you. I agree that it's not going to be Orange Cassidy, and the only reason why I don't think it's Orange Cassidy is because you can't be champion if you're not marketable, and if you don't have a catchphrase, you're not marketable.
Well, also, I just don't want one champion to put it in go from one champion putting his championship in a bag to another champion putting his championship in a bag.
Well, technically, Moxley's holding it hostage. He's holding it hostage. So saying I don't have a catchphrase, saying that's true. Saying I don't have a catchphrase might be his catchphrase.
It is his catchphrase.
I'm not gonna hold you. Could you imagine the pop when Darby's getting beat by all the BCC and they already eliminated the whole entire roster? And the arena goes pitch black and it's Sting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna save Darby's ass one last time, bro. It's gonna be insane. Bro, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. Darby has to work on his landing because when they dropped him, I promise you, I was like, yo, these guys hung Darby Allin. That's crazy. But then he was finally coming down. I was like, oh, okay.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. I've seen him do so much crazy shit to Darby Allin. I believe my man's immortal. I'm not gonna hold you.
I've seen him do crazy shit.
I'm not gonna hold you. And the words of the Greyjoys, you can't kill what's already dead.
That's a fact.
You don't know about that.
That's a fact.
He's like, Dragon, what's that?
Hey, we had another interesting thing happen on AEW as well. We had a lot of interesting things on AEW that happened. But Ram, came out and said he didn't like the way that this match ended. What's the point of being muscle if you're going to lose? And Kamille was, on a great run. She was 2-0, and then she goes up against Chris Statlander and loses. Was Kamille losing a good call, Ram?
No, of course it's not a good call. It doesn't make sense to me. You get her to be this muscle, right? And on top of that, she's a heel. Do you know why Chris Statlander beating Jade Cargill was so great? Because Jade beat her 4 times. Dominantly. And she worked to get that. If Chris Statlander beats Kamille with, let's be honest, clean as whistle, which is a dumb call, then she can beat Mercedes Moné. Like, it's I hate that logic. It's so bad. Do you know how easy it would have been for Mercedes just to cause the DQ? And then you can have her lose that way. It's not the fact that she lost, it's the way that she lost.
True. Okay. You know what? You put it like that, you kind of make some sense out of it. I did say she was going up against muscle, so it didn't look too crazy that she did take the L. But now that you put it like that, it does make sense. What was the whole point? My whole thing about it was when I sat there and I thought about it, it was just like, but isn't Chris supposed to be the heel too? Like, are we changing her face now out of nowhere? Like, she just wasn't.
She's face. She dropped Stokely. She went face.
I must have not seen that part.
They did it off screen. That's why Stokely's. That's why Stokely's been like, he said that Chris Statlander sent him a bell for things. But yeah, they did it off screen. They didn't know how to break it out.
You think? Oh, is that why he got kidnapped in the middle out of the fans the other night? Somebody just snatched
just
him
unrelated. Up. That's why he just moved on to the private party shenanigans. Like TK kind of blundered this one, and like they should have had an on-screen thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they didn't.
They do that a lot.
It kind of made the feud with Willow purpose like not worth it. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I thought she was a heel this whole time. Thank you for informing me that
but
off camera.
Yeah, it's bullshit. But I'm not gonna hold you. I don't care that Chris Statlander, another tall, beefy woman, beat Kamille, another tall, beefy woman. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna hold you. You can't have Chris Statlander go on the run of her life, beating Willow clean in that amazing match, just to lose to Kamille. You know what I mean? Like, yes, she's a bodyguard, but at the same time, if your bodyguard is undefeated, how is anybody gonna get to the champion?
And also, like, she's a bodyguard. She's not the main event. She's supposed to be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? She's just there to take the bump for when Mercedes doesn't want to take a bump.
Bro, if you have nobody beat the bodyguard, she's not gonna have any challengers. And then what's the point of having her as champion? She's not gonna fight nobody. If nobody can get past Kamille,
she'll fight the bodyguard.
Just be happy it was Chris Statlander that beat Kamille and it wasn't like Julia Hart's like 5'1" ass running around beating her.
Julia Hart's nice though.
She's nice. She's a nice wrestler, but I'm talking about from a pure like height aesthetic. You know what I mean?
True. Okay, I see what you're saying. We'll see. I like the way you guys put that. She is the muscle. Maybe she's supposed to be losing matches, or it's not like she lost all her matches. She's winning. She lost to somebody who I agree with, trying to another beefy woman. So we'll see what they have planned down the line for them. Fellas, Jericho was out there. He cut a promo too. He was talking. He did a lot of talking, as he always does. But it sounds like they're going to be putting Ring of Honor on television. Is Jericho the right guy to do this with, Randy Savage?
You know what? He is. And I'll tell you why. The reason why is because, wait, when you say television, you mean like its own show?
It's going to be on TV.
Or onto AEW?
No, they're going to be its own show.
So that means less of Jericho on AEW, hopefully, and that's why I say it's a good thing.
Okay. China, how are you feeling about it? Think Jericho and ROH on TV a good call?
Unfortunately, it is the right call. Because if there's anybody that anybody knows, it's old ass Chris Jericho. Old fans, new fans, kind of semi fans that fell off 15 years ago. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
that's why."
Basically what Channel's saying.
That's Chris Jericho. Not me though. It's like, oh man, this old nigga's still on another TV network, taking another person's time, leaving these horrible ass spots. All I ask Tony Khan, I don't ask for much. Just don't put Chris Jericho on the Full Gear card, please. It's bad enough you got the Rizzler's dad. You got the Rizzler's dad fighting QT Marshall, in his 0 hour. Like,
that's crazy. Yeah, Tony Khan, bring us in. You know what I mean? Like we'll fight the House of Black. You know, all 4 of us just versus Brody King or something like that. If you're gonna bring random guys on, at least bring guys on who love wrestling. You know what I mean? Like come on.
Yo, the Rizzler's dad is probably gonna go over.
No, that would be crazy, dude. I can't stand that.
He's gonna go. He's gonna be QT Marshall. It's gonna be
I'm not gonna lie. I don't care if anybody wants to say that. I can't stand that. I can't stand none of those guys over there. It's like, come on now. Like, God, there's just a bad look. It's just a bad look. You know what I mean? It's just a bad look. It doesn't need to happen. I'll tell you what's not a bad look though. My guy, Bobby Lashley, in the center of the ring with Swerve Strickland. Bobby Lashley's All Elite was bringing him in a good call. Let's start with Chano Hayes.
Nah, I've been seeing Lashley's interviews, and that man is a wild boy. I don't think he should be left to his own devices. He's talking about he wants people to call him the N-word and shit. Like he's just out here. Like I can really see that happening with him in the feud with MJF, and like MJF is getting absolutely canceled before Bobby has to break kayfabe and like, no, I wanted him to say it, and people just be like, but you're weird. Why would you want that?
Never, how you feeling about Bobby Lashley being All Elite?
Just to add on, MJF would definitely do it too. He'd be like, "Oh, Bobby just told me to go ahead and say it on live television."
I got that pass. You know what's worse? MJF is from New York, so he'll probably say it the right way too.
See, I think you're wrong. It's not going to be MJF. It's going to be Christian Cage. Christian Cage is going to be like,
"Oh my God!
Oh yeah, his dad.
Oh, you're a black man with no father." Oh yeah, it's over.
Get these niggas off.
That was crazy.
That'd be insanity. Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
You know what I mean?
Oh, the horror.
It would be. Tony Khan might actually get cancel culture.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I would have to be at the forefront fighting for Christian Cage, but it's a losing battle.
Tell me about it.
But never. Back to Bobby Lashley, man. It was a good call bringing him in.
100%. I actually thought he was going to be the move the needle. I prepared a speech for it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it anyway. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Bobby Lashley and MVP boosted ratings for TNA. Bobby Lashley and MVP in a short time during the pandemic boosted ratings for WWE. Bobby Lashley and MVP will boost ratings for AEW. They work together. They know what they're doing, and it works. It has not worked anywhere.
That's true.
Bobby Lashley moves the needle. That was my speech.
Brandy Savage, how you feeling about Bobby Lashley, All Elite? Good call or not?
Well, we already know he moves the needle because it wasn't does he move the needle question of the week. So, yeah, Bobby Lashley coming into AEW is elite. That's amazing. I'm so happy for it with the whole Shelton Benjamin because Shelton Benjamin looks great. MVP. It's the Hurt Business with their creative control, and I'm all for it. The only thing I'm missing is Bobby doing the pointing thing, and I'm really upset he didn't do it. Hopefully, when he comes out for his match, he sits on that podium and does it, but I'm going to be upset if he doesn't.
It might be coming. We don't know.
I'm not
real
going to
quick sidetrack.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I know you guys are all big sport fans. Y'all know Brandy loves all these sports. Brandy sits in his room and watches 2 sports at one time. It really confuses me. When I texted that Shelton Benjamin was the main event, guys, I texted the group and I was like, so Bobby's coming out tonight? As soon as he heard it's main event time, he came out, he said, so Bobby's coming out, right? Because I'm turning off the game. And he sat there with me and was like, yeah, this was worth it. He stopped watching the World Series. He stopped watching the Knicks.
I'm not gonna hold you.
The Knicks game ended by that point.
I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, facts. It actually just finished. Marcus texted. He was like, "Yeah, Bobby's All Elite," and I turned on the thing, and Bobby just came out. I was like, "Oh, that's cool, I guess." I got a hot take. I low-key think Bobby Lashley's washed. Okay. He's 48.
The thing about Bobby Lashley is he's a vampire. He's 40 years old on paper, but we know he's 300 years old, killing it.
I'm not gonna hold you. Bobby still has the same moveset from when he was the ECW World Champion. You know what I mean?
When it works, it works.
Hater alert! Hater alert!
This guy's getting bombarded.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate that it still works. I'm just over. You know what it is? I don't want to see Lashley as World Champion. I don't want to see him as International Champion. I don't want to see him as a Continental Champion. I don't want to see him with no gold.
Wow.
I mean, I don't need to see him with gold, but like, I just feel like
anything.
Bobby Lashley, when he promises something, he'll do it. So like, if he were to be like, "I'll pick up the Big Show and slam him," he'll do it. And at least you
know
have
why? Because
that.
he could actually do it.
Yeah.
Powerhouse
Like
Hobbs.
I'm saying he's a real strong man, as opposed to some of the people on that show that look like it but don't actually be it. Wardlow.
Just say Wardlow's injured, but just say Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse Hobbs. I haven't even seen him. I seen him at Comic-Con, and that was the only time I've seen him since he tried to do that Big Show spot.
Well, to be fair, he got injured at the Daily Play show when he fought Mox for the IWGP Championship, and he was the first black man to challenge for the belt. The Japanese guy spited him immediately, and my man tore something. I swear to God, he tore something immediately, and I was like, "Wow, the Japanese are really prejudiced." I don't mean that. I'm sure they sweet people, but it just happened way too quickly. Bang bang for me to be like, "Wow, this was anything but that."
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what MVP. Gotta wait week by week, but we'll see what MVP has in store for Bobby Lashley. In store for, I guess, what they're gonna call themselves, the Hurt Syndicate or whatever it is. They haven't really officially named themselves yet. And we'll see what how this all goes down. What sort of all I'm gonna say is MVP Bobby Lashley and the gold standard, Sean Benjamin. Make sure your security cameras and your security systems are up to date, because my guy Swerve Strickland is a sly fox, and he will break into your house and cut the most devious promos on your 4-month-old child. He don't care how old the kid is. He's gonna tell them, "I'm your daddy now." So be prepared.
He's gonna
call Hangman Adam Page. He will tell you how to light a house on fire, and just prepared, because when you get under the skin of Swerve Strickland, the man knows how to get devious.
He's gonna steal all of Bobby Lashley's baby oil. It's gonna be crazy.
We got the Bucks on the run, so they're gonna be working from home. I thought that was hilarious. Told the general manager it's his problem now. This place is chaotic. It looks like they were trying to get rid of some paperwork. So I'm really interested in seeing now where the storyline's going with the Young Bucks. What do you think is going to be happening with the Young Bucks, Randy Savage?
Well, I think I don't know about the Young Bucks, but I could tell you that at some point we're gonna get Okada versus Mox, because I feel like that's where it's going with this with the Bucks and the BCC colliding, but also them keeping their distance. Because I feel like they're trying to set it up slowly, still let this Orange Cassidy thing ride out, and then you got a great match between two legends, and it's gonna bang.
I'm not gonna hold you for that. We need 7-star Okada.
We better get a 7-star Okada. We need the Okada that we haven't gotten yet to prove to everybody who that is.
I think it's about dancing partner, but I feel like him and Mox need to go. It needs to be an instant classic. Anything less.
Yep.
And listen, I enjoy Okada's comedy bits now because he's hilarious. He has great comedic timing. But on the flip side, him and Mox better absolutely fucking bang.
They are.
I guess if there's anything less than an instant classic, well, why did you even sign the man?
I think a lot of I think he's gonna bang. I think we're gonna see more of bangers from Jack Perry. Because Daniel Garcia is out for him now too. So I think anybody that was around the Elite and that the Bucks were kind of like sheltering, now they don't have a choice. Right now they're kind of by themselves, and you kind of saw that, right? They left old boy by himself, and he ended up getting jumped by the new BCC.
Brandon Cutler.
Yeah, Brandon Cutler.
Brandon Cutler.
Something. He's behind the camera. You know what I mean?
Brandon didn't know who he was, and I was real upset.
Why would I know who that is? He just said he's behind the camera.
You literally might be the only fan of Brandon Cutler.
They were selling and that's a lie. He was selling those tracksuits.
He was selling the tracksuits. I'll give you that. He was selling the tracksuits. But we don't know. Ram, what do you think is happening for the Bucks? You think they're on the run? What's going to go on?
I don't know, man. There's something about the Bucks know something obviously that we don't, right? And what I love about it is that Tony Khan's never been an on-screen character, so it keeps him away from this. But it's almost like, as Brandon will call him, not Adam Pearce, Christopher Daniels, also doesn't have an idea of what's really going on. When they were shredding papers, a lot of people missed that. I didn't, because Okada was shredding it one by one really slowly, and I thought it was hilarious. But what are they shredding? You know what I mean? Like these we're talking about big VPs here who know something. I think Kenny's coming back. I think Mox is going to destroy Kenny also. Like I see some real gruesome stuff with Kenny Omega, which is really going to make me sad. But I think they're going to do it. So yeah, I don't know where the story's going, but honestly, as of right now, it's my favorite story in wrestling.
Yeah, I mean it's a good story, man. I'm everybody that was hating on it at first was like, oh man, the Young Bucks are champions. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do this.
I mean, I still do. I don't know.
And everybody was hating. Everybody, I'm not gonna say China, but there was more people than just China. You know what I mean? Who was just like, oh, the EVP storyline is whack. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. And they really they flipped it around, man. This thing has been interesting. They made it more interesting. So you got to see what's gonna happen with Young Bucks and AEW. What, like Nate Ram said, what's going on? Is Kenny? Is this a plan for Kenny to come back? But things are chaotic. You know what I mean? They lost the tag team championship. John Moxley's on the loose, on the run. I don't know, who knows what's going on in John Moxley's head. You have two champions who really don't defend their titles, so things are going to switch up. Things might, I would actually like to see John Moxley and his boys take the title from Okada, take the title from Jack Perry. Might as well take all the titles, hold them all hostage. You know what I mean? And then clean up AEW.
I hope not. You think I want to see Claudio's dull ass with a strap?
No, it's just they're gonna be walking around with a sack, dude. That's a sack full of belts. They're not gonna be wearing them.
The only one that deserves gold is Wheeler Yuta, because I didn't even know that man could talk till a couple of weeks ago.
True. Did you guys see the
Nigel McGuinness?
Yeah, the Nigel McGuinness. Yeah, Wheeler's been on money. You guys been hating on him, but he's been money lately.
Hating on him. I'm his biggest fan. The man's from Philly.
You said he didn't move the needle.
He doesn't, but he talks now.
But he's your man.
Yeah, you don't got to move the needle for me to like you. You know what I mean?
Low key, Will Yuta is like low key, like the down bad pick of the week every week because my man just be like, "Go ahead, use me as a pawn." Okay, like that shit was crazy.
I'm not gonna hold you. Wheeler Yuta is a down bad pick of the week because the BCC almost got him killed twice, and he's still out there riding hard for them as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
you gotta, yeah. When you're gang, I guess,
Gang shit.
You know what I mean?
When Mox told him, he's like, you can never leave on your own accord. He's like, you have to die. That's the only way out. And like he's had 2 near experiences. He's like, you know what?
He's like, okay. He's like, okay, I'm in it, ride or die. I'm not sure if you guys peeped, but you see what Tony Khan and the AEW team started doing at shows now. Started putting newsletters of asking where's Thomas Tony Storm? What's going on with Thomas Tony Storm? Trying to build up a storyline there. So we're definitely going to see what's going on. But fellas, this weekend we got a PLE. So you know what that means. Time to step up. Margarita match predictions. We haven't done this in a minute, but let's get into it. Let's start with the first match. Crown Jewel. I'm not sure if this is the first match, but Crown Jewel. We have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill versus Damage Control, Meta-4, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven. Is this a margarita match?
I'm drinking at 1 p.m. If that's the opener, I'm starting to drink at 1 p.m.
This man's misogynistic. Nah, he hates women. Nah, I'll watch it. I don't think it's a margarita match. I think they're gonna lose the straps though.
I don't think they are.
No, wait. Can I just point out that they lost their title in a triple threat match, right? And then Michael Cole pointed that out, and Wade Barrett was like, "So why would they be excited? They lost their last triple threat." And Michael Cole goes, "Yeah, but it's a fatal 4-way now. It's better odds." No, it's not. It's worse odds. I thought that was the funniest line.
I don't see that. I don't see these women dropping the title. Not in Saudi. Maybe in another one. We'll see when we get there. But it sounds like this is a margarita match for Nate Ram, not a margarita match for Chano. Brandy.
Oh, I don't miss Chelsea Green matches.
Okay, not a margarita match. I like it.
Talk about it.
Up next, we got the United States Championship. LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. This a margarita match?
I'll tell you what. I'm doing shots when LA Knight's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a triple lined up for me.
Oh man.
It's like it's tough because it's Andrade and Carmella Hayes, but I really, really don't like LA Knight. That's just a fact of life. But I don't know, man. It's I'm torn. I think the chance is right. I'm gonna go get a margarita during the entrance and hopefully be back in time for the match.
Okay. Up next we got Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. Is this a margarita match?
Only if Seth Rollins goes over.
How are you gonna know that? Just have the mix ready.
I'm gonna have it ready to be poured. I'm telling you right now.
I'll miss Seth Rollins matches.
I'm not gonna hold you. If Seth goes over, I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick because he doesn't need it. He doesn't need the win. He's established.
Okay.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
We got Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Margarita match.
Margarita.
Double shot margarita match. All right.
I forgot they were beefing. So yeah, margarita match.
And then we have the Women's Crown Jewel Championship on the line for the first time ever. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. Is this going to be a margarita match?
I'm not going to say it's going to be a margarita until the last 5 minutes, and then we see what Tiffy does.
Yep. When Tiffany cashes on Liv Morgan,
and accidentally becomes the Women's Crown Jewel champion.
That'd be insane.
Doesn't win any title. She just
she wins
every year.
She's the Crown Jewel champion. That'd be insane. Okay, up next we have the Men's Crown Jewel Championship match.
Margarita
Luther versus Cody Rhodes.
Margarita.
Sounds like it's gonna be another margarita match. So that's 3 margaritas back to back. Nick ran on a double, and I know why you guys said that because you need to be pumped. You need to be ready because the ones is coming to the ring at the main event. Roman Reigns and the Usos versus the Bloodline. Is this a margarita match?
Margarita. No, of course it's not a margarita match. I'm locked in.
Jonathan, I'm trying to be in bed by as soon as the pay-per-view's over. 3 o'clock.
1,000%. I would be wired.
Never a margarita match for Roman Reigns. What you mean? It was just on the floor.
You got your margarita matches. You heard it here first and foremost. But remember, always drink responsibly. And if you don't, I will send the Zombie King over to your house.
Wait, you don't know what Toni Storm is?
Say again?
Japan.
You don't know what Toni Storm is? Yeah, she's filming a movie.
No. She's making her comeback. So what they have been doing other shows, they're taping the chairs and the seats with newsletters saying where's timeless Toni Storm.
You think she's coming back with a fresh gimmick?
No, she's coming back as timeless Toni Storm.
She's timeless.
Or she's coming back in time Toni Storm. And she's with the times now,
Oh, she's Kushida now?
She gotta be somebody. She gotta be something. Let's go ahead and jump into our main event question of the evening.
It looks like all the talking has been done. It's time for the main event.
Main event question, fellas. Is Crown Jewel becoming one of those must-see PLEs? Chano Hayes. And when I say must-see, I'm talking, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Is it starting to become one of the Mount Rushmores of PLEs to go watch?
I'm not gonna hold you. It's definitely not. If the Bloodline match wasn't a part of this, I would not be tuning in at all. I'll just watch the highlights on Twitter. Yeah, man. I mean, it's. Let me not say it. Crown Jewel has become. It was a glorified house show, and now they're doing more to make it worth something. I just still don't care for it. A 1 p.m. start time is diabolical.
True. Brandy, how you feeling?
I feel like Crown Jewel over the years has become a more significant show back in the day, it used to be a glorified house show. No titles would change, nothing like that. As long as like we get at least one title change, I feel like it's kind of a must see, because I feel like back in the day when it was just we knew the results going into it, it was a glorified house show. Now we're getting box office matches every time they go to Saudi. We get Logan Paul versus Roman. We get LA Knight versus Roman. Like, we're getting those type of matches. So I do think it is a must-see TV. This, though, is probably one of the weaker cards in years, in my opinion.
Okay.
Until Goldberg comes out.
Nitram, how you feeling? You think Crown Jewel's becoming one of those must-see PLEs shows? You think they're trying to make it like that?
Nah, man, I hate these shows. Mostly for continuity reasons. Like, Crown Jewel, I get it. They got money, man. Their money. They get their own title. Their money. But I hate when stuff, it's not going to matter. Liv Morgan or Nia Jax is going to win that title, and I guarantee you they're not even going to have it on them when they go to SmackDown or Raw. We're never going to see it again. It's Braun Strowman winning the Greatest Royal Rumble title. You know, he's held that title longer than Roman Reigns probably held his whole championship. You know what I mean? Like, it's stupid things like this, but I get it. They got the money, and you get a lot of your money through Saudi. They can do whatever they want. You know, when they did the Greatest Royal Rumble, they wanted Yokozuna. Someone had to tell them the guy was dead. Like, they just do whatever they want, man. That's why I hate the Saudi shows, because also it just ruins storylines. Like, real storylines won't pick up until this Monday and next Friday. Besides the Bloodline stuff, like, everything else is kind of on the standstill to please this prince. So I don't really care for these shows at all.
Okay. Chano Hayes, how you feeling about Crown Jewel, man? Is it becoming one of those?
He answered.
I mean, but his answer wasn't really like in depth, like your guys' answers.
I mean,
he just said nah.
No, that's what he got. It's a 1 p.m. It's a 1 p.m. start time. It's insane. You know,
it is insane.
I mean?
1 p.m. is a crazy start time.
1 p.m. is a crazy start time. Why am I can't listen? I really hold my wife hostage on Sundays to watch football because I'm superstitious. You think I'm able to keep her in the house on a 1 p.m. on a Saturday to watch wrestling? If I'm lucky, I'll make it back at 3:30 so I can catch the Roman Reigns match.
That's fact.
I love 1 o'clock start times, man. It gives you the whole Saturday. I'll wake up around 11 or 12. So, watch a pay-per-view.
You know why? Because you're not married and you don't have a kid. So your day is yours. My weekends belong to my wife.
Brandon wakes up at 12:45 like, oh, snap, wrestling starting.
I believe it. I believe it. And Martin already has your bowl of cereal made, and you guys watch TNAs on the weekend like morning cartoons.
No. I wake up and make farina.
Bernie's just waking up. Meanwhile, Knit Ram's already like his 6 hour up with his son. He's chilling. They're already
literally. They left the house and came back.
They have already enjoyed their Saturday morning. Now they're about to enjoy their Saturday afternoon. You know what, Crown Jewel, man, I feel like they're trying to make it one of those must-see PLEs. And I think they've been trying to do that for a while, even saying the greatest WrestleMania, the greatest Royal Rumble. And they're trying to they keep adding, like Nate says, they keep adding these things, right, to these shows to try to make it seem important. But in reality, it's not important. And I agree with you. Like, what's the point of having the Crown Jewel champion if you're never going to walk out with that title? You know, they're going to win that title, go to the back. Triple H is going to put it in a suitcase, and no one's ever going to see it again for another year. So, and it's an ugly title. Quote me on that. I don't care. But
quote me on that.
I'm just saying. I agree with Knit Ram. You know, if it's pointless, then why? But they want this Crown Jewel PLE to be one of the top dogs and be up there with the Mount Rushmores of PLEs. And I hope it doesn't get there because it's just not fun. Sometimes, like Brandy said, sometimes it's just a glorified house show. Like, just make it a house show if that's what we're gonna do, you know. But we'll see. Saturday's coming up. You got our predictions. We'll see if it's any good. Other than that, fellas, let's go ahead and get our plugs on this Halloween night.
All right, so you can find us on the Twitter page. We always find us at 4SIDESOTR on Twitter. Yes, your boy has fallen off, and I have not tweeted because social media is very taxing, and it's a lot. I'm not gonna hold you guys. Yeah, just follow Sunday. This way you keep updated with our daily posts. 3 Counts trivia is still going on. Yeah, that's for me. Don't even worry about me. Don't find me unless you find me. But if you find me on Instagram, don't add me. So I will not accept you.
And you already know it's Brandy Savage. Brandy do love Savage. You can find me on Instagram at Life and Times. You can find me at Twitter at Brandy freaking Savage. You know, Sako says goodnight, y'all.
And of course, I'm the one that makes them say, "Oh damn, I'm Knit Ram and I cut my hair off," but y'all don't know that because I have a mask. And you can find me on Twitter at NITRAM_4 SOTR. That's NITRAM_4 SOTR.
Yes.
Kind of looks familiar.
But most importantly, man, follow us on all of our social media platforms. 4 Sides of the Ring Podcast, 4 Sides OTR. Follow us on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm Marcus Hernandez. I'm the founder. I'm with my guy Kyle. I'm with my guy Brandy Savage. I'm with my guy Knit Ram. And always remember, if you are not enjoying wrestling, just not watching it right, we'll catch you guys next week. Enjoy Crown Jewel, enjoy Friday night, and enjoy your weekend. See ya.
I'm positive that's El Trevador. I'm almost positive.
Yo, there was a Teddy in the Jets game. I don't know.
Was it Joe Mixon?